You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. New at 11, one person is in the hospital tonight because after being hit by a car. This is breaking news into our newsroom tonight. Here's a live look at the scene now on Field Road and South Tamiami Trail just north of Proctor Road. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is on that scene. Now the pedestrian hit was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Roads are clear at this moment. This is a developing story and we will update you with more details as soon as we have them. A Bradenton man is behind bars charged with murder tonight after deputies say he hit a woman on the head, killing her and setting her body on fire. 23-year-old Dakota Gibson is in jail without bond. Witnesses told deputies that the night of the murder, Gibson was flirting with the victim, 50-year-old Veronica Polite, outside of her home at the City Walk Apartments. Investigators say police and two others got into the car with Gibson, who later dropped the two off and left with Polite in the car. That was the last time that Polite was ever seen alive. Her body was found early the next morning in the woods off of 18th Street East in Bradenton.
She was dead. We can say that before she was set on fire. That's what the medical examiner's office determined. We may never know the true motive as to why he did this other than he just got angry.
Deputies say there was a large amount of blood found in the back seat of Gibson's car. When deputies tried to arrest him, he ran off but was captured a short time later. Well, it is alligator mating season, and that means more gators are being spotted across the Suncoast. Some of those alligators have even been ending up in swimming pools at homes across our area. ABC7's Rick Adams has more tonight from one of those homes.
Well, if you haven't noticed, gators are very active nowadays. In fact, there was a gator much bigger than this one that was just found in this pool. This is what Judy and Jerry Zivick woke up to in the very early morning hours around 2:30 on Wednesday at their Lakewood Ranch home. An 8-foot alligator broke through a screen and ended up in their pool.
Very creepy. Very. I don't know if he could break through the house at all. And then I was trying to think, should we have a backup plan? What should we do?
After a Manatee County Sheriff's deputy arrived on the scene, an alligator removal expert was brought in to get the gator out of the pool and off the property, as seen by this home video. From the time the Zivicks first spotted the gator to the time it was removed, it took about 2 hours.
The alligator person that was here last night said we were really lucky. He said this is the least amount of damage he's ever seen on a lanai. He said he's seen gators take down whole sides of lanais.
There are a lot more gator encounters happening now because it is their mating season for at least another month. Just last Friday, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office captured video of an 11-foot gator in a pool of a Sarasota home. Wildlife expert Justin Matthews, seen here with his gator friend Irwin, says folks have to be extra careful, especially during this time of the year.
If you see an alligator, just keep your distance, stay away from it. It's going to move along. Of course, a situation like this, you have to make a phone call when you find one in your pool. And you would call the Florida Wildlife Commission.
Matthews is also urging people to not feed the alligators because that's when gators can become fearless and more aggressive towards humans. This experience has really given the Zivicks a whole new perspective on gators.
Can never be too careful. Sometimes I think we're all guilty of thinking this can't happen to us. Well, here it did. It happened to us.
I usually try to keep my eyes open and probably make me want to drive to the mailbox to get our mail and not walk anymore till the gator season is over.
And for more information and tips regarding alligators, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting from Lakewood Ranch, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Rick, thank you for that update. The Sarasota County Fire Chief has issued a countywide recreational burn ban due to dry conditions. The weather is causing an increase in wildfire risk, and firefighters have already seen a recent uptick in the number of calls for wildfires. The ban means that no one can burn campfires or use fire pits, but you can still use your grill, coals, and propane. And the city of Northport has also activated an outdoor burning ban. Charlotte County Commissioners also passing an emergency ordinance on banning outdoor burning last week. That includes yard waste, recreational fires, fireworks, and sparklers. The ban does not include outdoor barbecues or burn permits issued by the Florida Forest Service. And I know Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan has been tracking some of those numbers for us. Let's check in with him on those dry conditions.
Yeah, this is the index we use to see how rapidly fires could spread if they were to start, and that's the reason why they're getting a little bit more, amping this up a little bit as far as the danger goes. You can see some of the numbers are very high across South Florida and along the west coast, although not as high as, say, Dade and Broward counties. Now look at the numbers here: 524 in DeSoto, 527 into Sarasota counties, and those numbers only expected to get higher when we don't get much rainfall. And speaking of that, there wasn't much around with this front. You can see a little heavier rain earlier tonight to our north associated with that cold front. Now that cold front is going to continue to push off to the southeast, and we'll see some slightly drier area and maybe a couple degrees cooler, but nothing too noticeable. Just a few showers still with that front now stretching across central Florida. Temperatures, dew point, we look for that too to see where that front is located. Down in the 40s already over in the Panhandle. Still, it hasn't blown through here yet. Our dew point temperatures will drop though throughout the day tomorrow. And as far as current temps go, still 73 here, but in the 50s in Tallahassee. We'll talk about another couple of cold fronts headed our way over the weekend and early next week in just a few minutes. Back to you, Jacqueline.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Another man is behind bars tonight thanks to a joint investigation by the Manatee County and Sarasota County Sheriff's Offices. Jason Larrabee is charged with 8 counts of transmission of child pornography. The investigation remains ongoing, and anybody who has any information should contact Manatee County Sheriff's Office. New at 11, President Trump says he's sending the military to help guard the border until his long-promised wall is built. The idea of deploying the National Guard to help enforcement along the border is nothing new, however. President George W. Bush and President Barack Obama both did it on 2 operations that cost a total of more than $1 billion. Critics called those deployments costly and inefficient, while supporters said that they helped U.S. Customs and Border Protection fill in gaps and step up enforcement. Back here on the Sun Coast, the city of Venice is looking to adopt a new Sarasota County ordinance. Some residents have reported seeing more homeless people in the Venice area recently. Sarasota County's new life-sustaining ordinance is designed to provide more help for the homeless population by helping them transition into a free shelter. There, they can get help finding a job. So far, the city of Sarasota follows that ordinance, and today Venice's mayor said he would possibly consider it also.
I'm very much in favor of a positive movement to end homelessness, but for us to be involved in it, not for us to be billed for it.
Venice's city council would have to adopt that ordinance and vote to adopt that ordinance. However, no such vote is scheduled at this time. Also happening in Venice, an $18 million road project is finally complete. Over 70 miles of road that was in poor condition has now been repaired and resurfaced. The project also included extensive sidewalk and curbing repairs. According to a City Hall representative, more paving projects are in the works, including some streets in downtown. An update now on a temporary project that aims to add sand to Lido Key Beach. Sarasota City Commissioners voted this week to hire a contractor to do design and testing work for a short-term fix to the beach erosion. The city plans to take sand from New Pass, just north of Lido Key. Engineers say design work should be completed this spring, and the sand will be added later this year.
Right, so we're working on doing an interim project similar to what we did after Tropical Storm Debby. It was a small project. We don't have a lot of sand to use, but whatever sand is available and New Pass Channel we'll be putting on the beach. We have a joint permit with Longboat. Longboat took sand the first time, and now the channel is filled in, and so it'll be the city's turn to take the sand from there.
The city of Sarasota and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers wants to dredge 1 million cubic yards of sand from Big Pass in between Lido and Siesta Key, but opponents on Siesta Key have sued to block that project. That case remains ongoing. Well, we want to warn you of a phone scam in our area. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says they've received 2 reports this week of a caller claiming to be Lieutenant Paul Kruger. During the call, the scammer tells the victims that they have an outstanding warrant and owe the sheriff's office money. The real sheriff's office wants you to know that there is not a deputy by that name and that they would never demand payment of any kind over the phone. The number of kids entering Florida's foster care system has grown nearly 14% in the past 2.5 years. Child welfare experts say that spike is likely due to the state's opioid epidemic, which is affecting many parents. In addition to physical abuse, the drugs are also leading to child abandonment and neglect by people who otherwise still say they love their kids. Advocates feel the child welfare system was already overloaded before the opioid crisis of the past few years.
What we've noticed the last 2.5 years, we've had a significant increase of children coming into foster care. It happens to align with the increase in the time that you heard about the opioid addiction.
Last month, Governor Rick Scott signed a law designed to prevent patients from getting hooked on powerful opioids. Statewide, there are now nearly 32,000 children in foster care across Florida. The last patient from the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland has been released from the hospital. On the day of the shooting, 15-year-old Anthony Borges blocked a door with his body and was shot 5 times through that door. A third of his lung had to be removed. 1 bullet came close to his liver and 3 bullets hit his leg. Borges' attorney said last month that the family plans to sue Broward County Public Schools, and the Broward County Sheriff's Office. Well, 2 people have died in a small plane crash near the Daytona Beach International Airport. The Piper went down a little before 10 o'clock this morning. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University confirms the victims are a student pilot and a designated pilot examiner with the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration. It is still not known what caused that plane to crash. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, why is one of the wealthiest people in the world sleeping in his office? We'll have the story. And a company may have finally figured out the way to prevent those awkward moments in public bathrooms. We'll show you one busy airport that's testing out the new system.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. The search continues for a new police chief in Northport.
We'll tell you what city leaders are looking for in their nationwide search tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
So we are looking at some fair weather shaping up for us today with a big ridge of high pressure building in behind a cold front that sinks south. We'll tell you its impact on our weather.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
You know what's really shocking? This is. And this for sure. Don't forget this. Oh, and that. But the most shocking thing of all is when people try to do electrical work without us.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You know what's really shocking? This is. And this for sure. Don't forget this. Oh, and that. But the most shocking thing of all is when people try to do electrical work without us.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Bob, I know you mentioned earlier the potential for a cold front. Will it really affect us here, or is it still going to be pretty hot?
Yeah, well, it's going to be mild in terms of the dry air that's settling in. It's not going to be hot, and temperatures will be into the upper 70s to low 80s. It's pretty typical for this time of year. I know it was beautiful out on the waters today. I had a chance to get out with Captain Johnny Walker and do a little fishing. We're going to show that tomorrow night, obviously at 11 o'clock. A beautiful day out there on the bay, and you can see from the time lapse, this was a beautiful sunset tonight too, right there at Casey Key. This is not Lakewood Ranch, but Casey Key showing a nice sunset right there. As far as photos sent in, we had a lot of those too. Wayne getting this one from Siesta Key with some clouds off in the distance. That was a result of the cold front getting close to us. And Norm Schimmel getting this one of beautiful, just as the sun was going below the horizon there. Art Conforti getting this one. I think that's Lido, I'm not sure, but that's sunset tomorrow will be at 7:50. Be sure to send those photos into pics, PIX at mysuncoast.com. Well, that front, not much to it. You see some clouds and showers associated with it still lingering across parts of North Florida, but not much going on here. There was a little prefrontal trough earlier that did produce those clouds just around sunset for us. One or two lone showers now making their way through Central Florida near Winter Haven and near the Tampa Bay area, but that's it, one or two, not much at all. So what's going to happen? The front's going to move and continue to drift off to the south. We'll see some clouds in the morning. High pressure will quickly build in behind the front as the front fades down in the Keys and the Florida Straits. This high pressure will quickly move off to the east. We'll get more of an easterly return. And then advance of the next front that's due to arrive on Saturday. There's a storm system developing again, which will push another front our way. We have a little bit better chance of some showers with that one on Saturday, late afternoon and early evening, it looks like, as far as the timing goes. Temperatures down into the 50s already in the Panhandle, 71 in Sarasota, 75 in Orlando, at 75 in Miami, and around town. Temperatures all fairly uniform now, low to mid 70s. The Gulf water temperature now at 76 degrees, 71 in Arcadia, Wauchula at 72, Braden 72, 71 in Inglewood. Currently at the airport, we have a few clouds due to that front, but it's not through here yet. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 14, and the pressure at 30.04 inches. The high today, 1 degree above average, and that's what we're going to see over the upcoming days too. Temperatures will be right around average or slightly above it. While the northeast continues to get snow showers and clouds. It's been kind of nasty in Ottawa and Canada, and also in Toronto they had some snowfall earlier. Toledo got a little dusting of snow. That snow continues to wind down toward the east. You can see Philadelphia, some snow showers occasionally there, and Buffalo a little bit further west on that. But out west is where the big story is going to change now and focus as yet another storm system moves there. And that's the heavy rain they're expecting with the possibility of flooding. Get a look at this. Continuous shower and snow shower activity continues to move through over the upcoming days. So a series of these little weak disturbances will move through, and they will have an impact on our weather, bringing with it a chance for showers again Saturday late afternoon, and then again on Tuesday as yet another front moves on through. But until then, things stay relatively quiet. There's that rain I mentioned on Saturday. Here's a depiction at 6 o'clock. And then the showers pushing off to the south and southeast. And then again, they'll be back for us on Tuesday. I think a better chance for some showers moving in on Tuesday as a result of that storm system tracking off to the east. For boaters tomorrow, not too bad. We'll start off at 15 knots and subside to 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Now, seas will be running 2 to 3 feet, and it looks like we'll see a moderate chop, too, on into the weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast as we see it. 81 for your high, so not too cold or not too warm at all and not too cold. Perfect, really. Temperatures into the upper 70s to low 80s all the way through the next 7 days. That rain chance at 40%. So not much on Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. 30% on Sunday. We could see a little cloudiness on Sunday, too, throughout the day. And then a better chance for some showers around. Some much-needed rainfall on Tuesday as a stronger system moves on through, but it really won't cool us down all that much. Jacqueline?
Okay, thanks, Bob. Things are getting worse for Facebook. The social media giant now says Cambridge Analytica may have had info on 87 million users without their knowledge, not 50 million. The announcement comes less than a week before CEO Mark Zuckerberg is due to testify about the data breach. Cambridge Analytica is said to have ties to Donald Trump's 2016 campaign and access the information to conduct voter targeting. Beginning next week, Facebook will tell people if their information was shared. Meanwhile, another big CEO is sleeping at the office. According to his Twitter, Elon Musk says he's sleeping at the Tesla factory as the company falls short of production goals for the Model 3 electric car. The automaker has missed its goal of cranking out 2,500 units per week. Still, Tesla's stock rose 6%. The Model 3 has built up a pretty big fan base, with about 500,000 people putting down deposits for the car since it was unveiled 2 years ago. Well, a company is hoping to stop those long lines and awkward moments in bathroom stalls. You know what I'm talking about when you're not sure which stall is open and you have to check each one. Los Angeles International Airport is the latest place to test out the system. Take a look.
I went into a parking garage and the lights were there and I said, lights, toilets, tush lights.
These so-called restrooms of the future are also doing head counts. Sensors add up how many passengers use the restroom before alerting management that they need to be cleaned. Interesting. Well, sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Is Kimmel new tonight?
America has a right to know this.
It is new, and we've got tough guy John Cena.
Do you really want to smell what John Cena's putting out?
Plus Congressman Joe Kennedy III.
When are you going to run for president?
Kimmel, new tonight on ABC.
For the whole family, the 26th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County, fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment with headliners the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Maiden Cane, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4, children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Venice Airport Festival Grounds.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
The Mark, Sarasota. Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life, right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by the Culture Group.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
I'm Alan Cohn. Violent video games. The president says video games are distorting our children's minds into carrying out horrific acts. What impact do they really have?
Tomorrow on ABC7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Now, sports.
Well, we knew after the Rays released or traded many of its best players, this was likely going to be a long season, and the Rays having another tough day in New York against the Yankees. Judge, Stanton, and Sanchez each hit a 2-run home run, powering the Yankees to a 7-2 win and a 2-game sweep over the Rays. And nearly a week into the season, the Tampa Bay Rays are clearly off to a bad start, winning just one of their first 6 games. Now, this has led to unhappy fans and low home attendance. This is the Rays' 20th season, and some say their days are numbered in St. Petersburg. There's talk of the team moving to Ybor or maybe out of Florida altogether. The team president says he hopes Suncoast baseball fans will help keep the team right where they are.
When we moved to Port Charlotte, we thought that it extended our boundary, and it actually made Sarasota and Manatee closer because you see that the boundary is so far down south. It really encapsulates that part of the coast. And so we look at the whole west coast of Florida as our fan base, and we're going to sit there and we're going to cultivate it and make sure that it's going to be Rays Nation for a long time.
Well, the next home game is actually a week from Friday when they begin a 3-game series with the Philadelphia Phillies. And the Masters will tee off tomorrow morning in Augusta, Georgia. Players getting their last practice in today and taking part in the annual Par 3 event. Meantime, the Augusta National Golf Club announcing plans to host a new women's amateur tournament next year. Masters chairman Fred Ridley says it will be called the Augusta National Women's Amateur. The tournament will be played over 3 rounds, with the first 2 at the Champions Retreat outside of Augusta, and the final round played on the Saturday before the Masters at the famed Augusta National Course.
We also feel that that is the way that we can make the greatest impact in growing the game, and in this particular instance, the women's game. So we thought that was the better way to go and the better use of our resources.
That's a look at sports tonight. We'll have your winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Set your course for a waterfront lifestyle on Florida's last private island. Discover one particular harbor by Margaritaville. Nearby sugar sand beaches are as easy to find as the warm Florida sunshine. Waterfront residences from the high 400s overlook beautiful Anna Maria Sound. And a new marina with direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, incredible savings on move-in-ready homes. Come tour designer models today. Visit ophmintousa.com now.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
We'll take a look at this video sent to us by our ABC7 viewer Bob Fellman earlier today at Casperson Beach in Venice. Hundreds of pelicans nose diving into the water. Looks like they are searching for food, but I honestly don't think I've ever seen that many pelicans in one place. Bob? And I know you have a pretty good video over on your Facebook as well.
Yeah, we show some tarpon actually getting some bait too. There's a lot of bait out there, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow night in the fishing segment. Bait coming back, and what that means is kingfish are back too. On top of that, some big cobia out there. And we are looking for some great weather too. Tomorrow, things look to be okay. Here's the day planner for drop-off for the kids. Not a problem. 65, clear skies. Temperatures a little bit cooler, but not much. It'll be drier out there, some drier air in the offing. Won't be that dry for the Masters on Saturday. The Masters golf tournament could get some heavy rainfall on Saturday.
All right, we'll have to wait and see. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a good night.